Good morning. Yeah, it's chilly. Had the doors and slider open. It's feels like fall. Uh, Not ready for summer to be over. What a great start to my day. I picked up somebody going to the airport first thing this morning, like 5 minutes past 4, and it was a young man who's a researcher, scientist, doing research on like Earth systems, the oceans and large earth systems and how they work, how they function, and how we affect them. And that quickly evolved into a conversation about consciousness and the interconnectedness of everything. I was telling him about the movie The Connected Universe. I hope he watches it. But it was really great. It's a stimulating conversation. I mean, first thing in the morning to be talking about the collapsing the wave function and the charge radius of a proton and um, it was to be able to share the what I feel like the connection is between spirituality and love and science with someone who's a scientist was really cool because today I think we're realizing the cutting edge of quantum physics and epigenetics and neuroscience and all that, which I've talked about a lot. I mean, it's bridging all that ancient wisdom, that mysticism. Like we're understanding how things really are, and we're understanding the whole concept of God, of the universe, and what it is and what it isn't. And that sort of ties in with what I was feeling yesterday that I wanted to share about our perception of our own worthiness and like the whole phrase, you get what you deserve. When I say that, you get what you deserve, if we were talking about your life and, the things that you want or the things you want to see change in your life, and I said, well, you'll get what you deserve. I don't know how that makes you feel. I've said it a few times now. Is it like encouraging? Is it like a warm hug to kind of melt your heart, make you feel reminded of how loved you are and that those things suddenly feel closer, that change, that healthy body, relationship, career, abundance, whatever it is, like, yeah, I know I'm connected with the idea that I deserve that? Or is it the opposite where suddenly those things seem a little further away and you feel a little sad or guilty or questioning? That whole thing is us. You don't see that in nature. The animals just work to meet their needs and they don't question if they're worthy of it. Small children, before they learn otherwise, the same thing. You are constantly loved. You are actually held together by love. And this is back to the science of it all. So we know now that peace love, gratitude, these elevated emotions bring coherence to the body, to the heart. Literally, the heart beats more coherently. The brain's wave patterns become much more coherent. You can see it on a brain scan. You just read Joe Dispenza's book, Becoming Supernatural. It's all there. It's all proven that love and gratitude is the order that keeps everything happening. And there's a lot happening that's keeping you alive. You have what, something like 600 billion cells or something, and they're performing like 20 million functions per second that you're not aware of. That's keeping you alive. Right? So, how is all that order happening in your own body times 7 billion bodies, plus the natural world and those bodies and those ecosystems and beyond our planet, right? Our soul, I mean, there's the order, the balance, the energy, the consciousness that's doing that. There's no way it could do that if it were like an angry or judgmental energy, ever. You see, if it ever wasn't at the highest energy, the highest, most coherent web of information and consciousness, and if it wasn't ever love, it would all fall apart. We'd all just die. And everything would collapse in on itself. It wouldn't continue to be held in that expansive, ever expanding, growing, energetic state. The divine, when people say God is love, literally, the divine source, the universe, whatever, Brahman, Atman, whatever name you use, it is love, flowing, interconnecting everything all the time. So you are never less worthy, less deserving. Not through the eyes, not from the perception, and it is aware. That conscious, that energy, it is aware. It is observing. It knows when it knows when we give it our attention. But it is always in that state and is always perceiving. And do we get disconnected from love energetically? Sure. Every time we act in a way that's angry or judgmental or hateful, we're going to feel that disconnect. That's like our decision making. That's on our end. And we're free to do that. But we're still held together by love because our conscious minds are such a small part of all that is. It's just a feedback system. But the love that holds the universe together, that holds you together, that's keeping you alive, and it is responding all the time, it's love. It's the highest form of energy. And we don't change that by doing bad things or by not doing what we think we should do or not having worked through all of our fears. A lot of times, especially we're on like a spiritual path, we think, well, I haven't grown, like I haven't earned it. We still think we gotta like be at a certain level to deserve that which we want. You're always wildly and unconditionally loved because it's love that holds you and everything else together. So, in any moment, you can decide to accept that and feel the massive internal shift when you accept that and watch your life start to change. It's the spiritual nature of things, but it's the scientific nature of things. It's one and the same. All right. Just wanted to share that. I got to go have something to eat and take the dog to the dog park. Have a fantastic Tuesday. You're loved. You deserve it all. So does everybody else. Interestingly, P.S., we can look around at like people that do bad things, and it's easy from our limited state to think, well, this, like to decide who deserves what. But if you find yourself in a space of utter and complete love and gratitude, all that goes away, and you'll understand, and you'll feel as the universe does that everybody is deserving, no matter what they've chosen to do or how disconnected they've made themselves. And when we all can consistently come back to that space, this world will be a much different place. Be what people think of as heaven. Okay. Have a great day.